welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe because it's free and it helps our channel out no end. It's amazing. But yeah, we're here on sunny Morecambe Prom, and it is sunny and it is beautiful. Sunny. It's a little bit windy at the minute because it's still morning, but it should warm up, should be lovely. We have been waiting weeks to do this vlog because of the weather. Yeah. So we're going to do it today for you. It's going to be good. Yes. Right, on with the vlog. In the wind. So if you didn't know, Morecambe had two piers. It had a West End pier and it had a Central pier. The West End pier was the first one to be built. But right now we're going to talk about the Central pier because it's absolutely beautiful. So where we are stood now, this would have been where the Central pier was. So Central pier was built in the late 1860s and it was 912 feet long, and it had a large pier head served by the steamboats. There was an arcade at the entrance with covered walkways. Also on the pier there was a ballroom, a small theatre and a skating rink. After the latter being added, it turned the end of the pier into a T shape. So the Central pier opened in 1869 and cost around £10,000. At that time that would have been a lot of money. In September 1895 there was a disaster and a large portion of the landing staged collapse as a steamer was approaching, causing so many people to fall into the sea. Splish, splash, splish. Rumours are that the collapse was due to corroded bolts, and unfortunately 3 people died. But a pavilion was built around 1897. This was destroyed in 1933 and some Art Deco style buildings replaced it. Now this pier was grand, it was beautiful, it had everything, something new, but it's absolutely gorgeous that it would have gone all the way out there. Not over to Barrow, but quite far. Fair distance away. So holiday makers staying for a week could purchase a weekly ticket for £1, which is 5p, and take a stroll over the planks with gaps in between them to take a look at the sea below. That is a stupid idea. Don't do gaps. So on the evening of the 31st of July 1933, the pier was quiet for tourists, and surprise surprise, a fire started, and within 30 minutes the fire had spread to the pavilion. Due to the wind, it meant sparks from the fire blew onto the prom and set alight other buildings. This was the 3rd pier fire that week, and firefighters tried to prevent the decking from catching fire. It destroyed 12 shops and band instruments that were inside the pavilion. In the mid-1930s, a new 2,000-seat ballroom was built. During Easter of 1986, decking collapsed at the seaward end of the pier, which forced it to close, and a fire on the 4th of February the following year damaged the amusement arcade. So in 1987 it was declared unsafe, and the fire destroyed the pavilion and the ballroom on the 31st of March 1991. Following a condemnation report from the council, demolition occurred in March the following year. So I actually sort of remember that pier, obviously not in its nice state, in the half burnt out state. So I sort of remember it slightly, but nothing, you know. But you just imagine that, you know, it had a ballroom, had a little pavilion, arcades. We should have that now. But we do have a stone jetty, I suppose. Yeah. But it's not the same. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move to where the West End pier was. In the West End. In the West End. Yay! So this one was the first one to be built. And there's a video out there, it's really old video, and you can actually see the pier in the background. Really, it had perfect placement, didn't it? Because we've got the clock tower there, just there, and it'll just be here.
Yeah.
Walk out, come back, see what time it is, get your coach home.
But you think back then you didn't have obviously what we have now, so
No.
that would have been something really, really special for them.
Yeah.
Morecambe used to be absolutely chocker. Chocker. Obviously not as busy as what Blackpool was, but it was still really, really busy. If you look back on old pictures, old photographs.
I mean, summertime, when we've got events and we get people coming through, it is picking up again.
It does get busy, but not like it was. But also, I would like to say thank you to John and Beth, because they gave me a book on ye old Morecambe, Heysham, I think it's Lancaster as well. So I just want to say thank you to them for the book.
You guys are amazables.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We love you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yours too, aren't we?
Oh, I just wish sometimes he plays up to reality.
Well, I don't think he ever faces up to much else. He knows music hall's dying better than you do.
And what about you, Frank? Are you going on with it?
Talent got a bit thin when it came down to me. And the courage, too.
Courage?
Yeah. Courage to go on, like Archie. He's got it. Hey, what don't you think to go with me, will you?
Well, what for?
I'm standing in for the lady organist for half an hour.
So where this is here on the prom, like Baz said, it's right near the clock tower. That's where the entrance would have been to Central Pier. And just think, being on the pier and having that view. Amazing, amazing to see. So yeah, there we go. Right, we're going to move to where was the West End Pier now. Here's the back streets of Morecambe that not a lot of people see or want to see, shall we say. Pumpkin! So this bit here as well, this was actually used in the bay too. This road. Where they did a little crash scene.
Don't talk crash scenes when I'm driving.
Crash.
That's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot better. One down mountain than it used to be. Right, can I get out there?
No, I think you have to go across. Well, last time you just went across, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tiny little door. Yeah. So we're going to get onto the prom, and then we're going to go back down to where Central Pier was. Not Central, sorry, West End Pier.
Mr. Pier!
Mr. Pier!
Mr. Pier!
Can't believe how gorgeous it is today.
It is lovely. Sorry about the bouncy bits, guys. It's council with the roads.
In the council, they love to do nothing. There's a play park over there. It's always busy. Always. So you imagine coming down here on your holidays after working in the like factories, and then you're seeing like the pier just out there.
And the popo there.
And the popo. You could point out loads of places on here where the bay filmed. There's just too many to point out. Too many. Too many. Yeah, so that's where Central Pier was. Now Now we're going to drive down Prom, take you with us because it's too gorgeous not to share. Too gorgeous. It's a nice little play park there. That one's always busy as well, isn't it? There is the Eric Morecambe statue. People love Eric. There's the antique shop that we look around. Really nice bloke who owns that, Lee. Lovely bloke, lovely. Very friendly. Winter Gardens on your left. Soul Bowl on your left.
Pleasureland.
And Pleasureland. The old Hitchens building there on your left. Not Hitchens, Woolworths. I always say Hitchens. Hitchens was next door. There's the Midland. Yeah, Woolworths is supposed to be coming platform. That's where Morecambe Comic Con's going to be.
Yeah!
Right there.
For all those people coming and doing the con.
So if you are going to come, which I recommend, support the con. It's right there, and right across from it you've got a Morrison's if you want a Mars bar or a toilet roll. You never know, might be caught short. So we're going to do the West End Pier now, but I just wanted to point out that the West End Pier was opposite the Alhambra. Now I always use the film The Entertainer for a lot of references, and I just wanted to show you a bit in The Entertainer that showed you the Alhambra, and just above there was a massive sign for the main act. So if you go from the Alhambra across the road, across the road right here,
across the road.
It's been very poshly now.
Yes, well,
yes.
We're in the West End. Yes.
Yes, we are officially in the West End by a giant fishing rod.
Giant fishing rod, and it's got a hook.
And it's got an hook.
It's got a hook.
So this was where the West End Pier was.
Bloody noise. My stepmother's in one of them moods, so I came out. I can't stand rows and creeping, nothing more, so I come and sit on the pier. Albert, take care of this case for me, will you? This is my granddaughter.
Oh, yes, he told me all about you. And good to see you, Dad.
Thank you.
There you are.
Come on.
Who's that on? She rises shortly. All right.
It's good to see you, Jean. How long are you going to stay?
Just a few days. Have you heard from young Mick?
Yes, he's fine. He's a good boy. He'll be all right. But it's a nasty business to get mixed up. All those people out there in Egypt and God knows what else. They seem to be able to do what they like to us nowadays.
I went to the rally in Trafalgar Square last Sunday.
What for god's sake?
Oh, I don't know. Seemed to have got myself steamed up about a lot of things lately.
Well, I should think you want to have your bloody head bent.
Yes, that's more or less what cramps.
So the West End Pier was built during the late 19th century, and it was 1800 feet long, and was opened by Colonel William Henry Foster MP on the 3rd of April 1896. It had a width of 25 to 38 feet, widening at 200 feet to accommodate a bandstand and a landing stage for their steamboats. It was one of the first structures in town to be installed with electric lighting in 1899. This pier can be seen on The Entertainer, like I've mentioned, featuring Laurence Olivier. Like I said, it's such a good film to watch if you're interested in Morecambe. Highly recommend it. So this pier was designed by J. Harker. It had a pavilion at the end that could seat 2,000 people, Shops would have been located around the outside of it. The pier consisted of around 3 acres of decking with a stage that was 30 feet in depth. Not going to get hit by a bike, am I? You can see the Midland up there. So we've come all the way down here. On the pier there were slot machines, and in November 1977 a storm destroyed, oh yeah, notice we said fire again. A storm destroyed a third of the pier, and this caused slot machines to fall into the sea. And my dad once told me when he was a young gun, well, not so young in 1977, but hey. But yeah, my dad told me that people would go on the beach and they'd find money in the sand from when the slot machines had fallen through the decking. I wonder if there's any more money still there. I bet there is.
Probably.
The storm cost £500,000 worth of damage, which is roughly around 3,200,000, something like that. So the choice was made to demolish it, and this happened in 1978. So I never actually got to see this one, but I wish I did, because it looked, like I say, it looked beautiful, and for the time it would have been amazing.
It's a shame really they don't do something like that again.
We need a pier.
I mean, now we've got all the structural engineers,
Yeah.
the stuff to do it with it, to withstand storms and things like that.
If we can get to the moon and get to Mars, we can build a bloody pier on Prom.
Well, you'd have thought so.
But that might take effort from the council. Can you tell I'm not keen on council? There's the sounds of Blackpool.
Ambulance!
Ambulance.
Ambulance!
Yeah, so this is where you would have walked onto the pier and out. But just imagine being right at the end of the pier, just on a lovely day, looking out. Gorgeous. So it's just opposite the Alhambra. We are going to do something on the Alhambra because it is a gorgeous building and it's got a good history.
Yep.
Woo! But we've also got another little surprise. We're given something, and it's something that I didn't know had even happened. So we were given a document that shows that the West End Promenade was actually opened. I just thought they built it and then left them, you know, carry on walking on it sort of thing. But this was, it had an official opening, so we're going to show you the actual document and see what you think. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad
So
we've got
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you to who gave us it. I'm not going to say who.
You know who you are. So thank you from a sunny Morecambe for watching the vlog. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button, lets us know that you care. And also, if you are new to the channel and you're just tuning in, please subscribe, because we do vlogs like this all the time, and even with the sirens in the background, don't faze us.
The ambulance is coming back. I think he's lost.
Yeah, he's lost.
He's got to be lost. He's just gone right roundabout and come back.
But yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Take care of each other out there. awesome sunny day.